Hello, in this video, I'll show you how to records fixed assets in QuickBooks Online. Okay, I have a three examples here of fixed assets, 2025 headset, 2025 office desk set, and 2025 office air conditioner. So first, I'm going to create a account for these three using chart of accounts. Okay, and 2020 first, I'm going to create a fixed assets. Okay, account type, fixed assets. Um, for this one, I'm just use other fixed assets. And then date is September 1. Because as of September 1. Why? Because I have purchased that date the first one is September 3. But in this case, I will use September 1. Okay. So original cost, I will use zero because there's no amount here. Okay, now we already have a fixed assets for this one. So now I'm going to use um, this account name, and then I will make a um, this one as a sub account for fixed asset. So fixed asset, headset, fixed asset computers, and then the parent account is fixed assets. And then same September 1. Okay, as of September 1. Okay, and then save. Very straightforward. Account name, office desk set. Okay, I'll use leasehold improvements. Imagine you are just creating a beautiful space for your work. Make this sub account under fixed assets. Okay, everything's good. Then last is office air conditioner. Fixed assets, leasehold improvements. Okay, same thing. Select fixed assets and September 1. As you can see, we have already um, entered these accounts to chart of accounts. You can see here. Okay. And then now each of these accounts have a we will enter now the value or the cost of these accounts, these assets. Okay, I have a QuickBooks Online notes here. For this case, for headset 2025, I will use bank feeds to record this. Okay, I'm going to bank transactions. Okay, you can see in transactions, transactions, and then I will have to find the purchase date, which is September 3, 2025. Okay, as you can see, we have September 3 here, 2025, Hicks Hardware. This is the vendor, Hicks Hardware. Okay, I'm going to click this. I will categorize it as 2025 headset. Okay, fixed asset. I think this not updated yet. I'll update this one. Okay, I'm going to click again and then fixed assets. Okay, headset. All right, I'll add this one. Very straightforward. And then let's check what happened in balance sheet. Okay, I'm going to go to balance sheet report. I'll open profit and loss as well so that we can check what happened. Okay, for the balance sheet, I'll update this from 09/01/2025 to 09/30/2025. So I'll check 2025 headset to record this 2025 headset using bank feeds. Okay, this is the bank feeds. Okay, um, you can see this in bank transactions, then go to bank transactions. Okay, so it was purchased on September 3. Okay, this one. Then I'll click this. Then I'll categorize it as 2025 headset. Okay, and then I'll okay, oops, add. Okay, let's check what happened in the balance sheet after adding the transaction. Okay, so as you can see, this 2025 headset, now you can see here in fixed asset in balance sheet. Okay, 24.38. Okay, and the next one is use expense form. I'll enter this office desk set 2025 using expense form. I'm going to click expense. Okay. Now I bought this office desk set to Team Philip. Okay. Team Philip. Yan. Team Philip Masonry using the checking account. And then I'll categorize it using this. Okay. The amount 666. Okay. And then the date this asset purchase is in September 6, 2025. Okay, save. Okay, so let's check what happened in balance sheet. So I'm going to, I have to refresh this. Okay, now for 2025 the set sep that paid or purchased in September 6, you can see now here in QuickBooks or balance sheet 666 USD. So everything is recorded now. Next, I'm going to record this one, the office air conditioner, using journal entry. Okay, I'm going to journal entry. Okay, I have an instruction here or remarks. This asset was paid $900 using checking account, and then the rest is using bank loan. So 200 the total amount, and then 900 was paid in cash. Okay, and then we use the remaining um, we use bank loan to pay this. Okay, um, checking, and then last is bank loan. It's loan payable. Okay. So this checking accounts is a asset and loan payable is a liability account. Then fixed assets is a asset account. So 1,200 is the price of the asset, and then the 900 is credit, and then 300 credit. So why? Because checking, why credit for checking? Because we deduct 900. Okay. And then loan payable, it's credit because it will increase the payable or the liability account. Okay. I'll save, oops, before I save this, I'm going to use the 914 because this was the date where the asset was purchased. Okay, I'll save it now. Okay, it was saved. Then let's check what happened on the balance sheet. Okay, so as you can see, we have already recorded the headset 2024 24.38, office air conditioner 1,200, and office desk set is 666 USD. Same here, 24.38, 666, and 1,200. Now I'm going to reconcile this or match this in the bank feeds. Okay. Okay, sa 666, purchase September 6. Okay, let's check September 6. Yes, we have Team Philip. Okay, here 666. I'm going to match this. Okay, and then for whole properties or the end condition, we bought the office air condition um, for 1,200 on September 14. Let's check. Yes, we have a whole properties here on September 14, and we bought it using cash of 900. Okay, so we have a 900 USD here. So I'll going to match this. Okay, everything is categorized. Let's check the categorize. Okay, the 666 is missing. Let's check what happened to the 666. Okay, I'm going to match it again, then categorize. What happened? Okay, I'm going to match it. Oh, why it doesn't match? Hmm. Let's check for the vendor. Okay, Team Philip. I think this one is bugging. Team Philip Masonry. Yeah, I think this one is already recorded 666. I think there's no. Do we have? I think this is not working. Matching 666. Even it's already said that it was already match. Transaction match. Okay, I'm going to move forward. But that's the process. After you recorded it, uh, in QuickBooks using the expense form. Expense form. This is the expense form. Okay, from vendors and then journal entry. After that, you have to check in balance sheet if it's um, reflected. Okay, once it was reflected, you go to the bank transactions to match these those asset that you have entered and then check it if you categorize it or match it. So if you wrongly categorize it, you can undo. Okay, so that you can match it to the right transaction. But um, now, okay, I'm going to the depreciation. Okay, as you can see, we have a state in 5 years. The the asset will be depreciate. Okay, meaning the value of asset in numbers um, will be lower than before after we purchase the asset. Okay, the original cost. Okay, we have a original cost, salvage value, depreciation method. In depreciation method, we will just use the straight line. Okay, and then we have a column for depreciation taken and then net value. After every year, in this case, the 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 value of the asset will be depreciate. Okay, and then as you can see, we have only 5 years for each asset to be the lifetime. Okay, so after 5 years, the in this case, the 2025 headset, the original cost was 24.38, and then after 5 years, it will be zero. Next, for the office desk set, the original cost was 666, and then the salvage value 100 in after 5 years. And then for office air conditioner, the original cost will was 1,200 and it will be 200 US dollars after 5 years. So how to compute the depreciation taken each year? Okay, very straightforward. It you will just um, original cost minus the salvage value divided by um, lifetime. In this case, 5 years. Okay, so each of year this this headset will depreciate by 4.88 USD. Okay, for office desk set 113.20, and then for office air conditioner is 200. So after 5 years, the net value will be, sorry, the net value for year 2026, because each year minus 4.88. Okay, 19.5. So let's have a sample here. So in year, this was purchase date for for headset. Okay, so that you can imagine what I'm saying here. This is the depreciation. Okay, okay, for purchase date this. Okay, for year 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, and 2020, 2030. Okay, I'm going to remove this. So each year the depreciation um taken is 4.88, 113.2. Then I'm going to copy paste it. 2020 and delete this. The original cost. Okay, let's fix this. Okay, in 2030, the value of asset will be sum of this 5 years amount. Zero. Like, or the it will cost after 5 years or in year 2030 will be zero. Okay, for this page office um wait, I'm going to change this name. For office desk set is 100 USD and then office air conditioner is 200. Okay, match in the salvage value. Okay. Now I'm going to record this. Imagine that we are already 1 year or this is 2026. Okay, I'm going to journalize the or journal entry the depreciation expense and accumulative um, depreciation. Okay, I'm going to go to chart of accounts because chart of accounts transactions and then chart of accounts. Okay, and then I'll check if there's a accumulated accumulated depreciation. Okay, accumulated depreciation. Okay, fixed assets and then accumulated depreciation as of let's say September 1 and then make this sub account on fixed asset. Okay. Now we have added the accumulated depreciation account. I'm going to um, make a journal entry for this. Journal entry. Okay. So I'm going to change 09/30/2026. So I use the September 30. This is to mark or I will know that this is a adjustments. Okay. Entry. So I'm going to go for um, accumulated depreciation. First, I'm going to depreciation expense. Okay. and then 318, and then the accumulated depreciation, which is 318. So what happened is, um, this is the total amount that depreciated for these three assets. Okay. As you can see, this is 2026, meaning there's a 1 year has been passed, so that the effect of the depreciation will push through or will be accounted. Okay, I'm going to save it now. Let's take a look the balance sheet. Okay, standards report. Okay, balance sheet. Okay. So here, as you can see, we have this is the as of October 18, 2025, and then we still don't have yet the depreciation or accumulated depreciation. I'm going to um, update this to year 2026, so we can check what happened on or account accumulated depreciation. So as you can see, we have a 318.08 depreciation amount here, same with this one. And then the net value of these assets um, is 1,572.30. It's very straightforward. Okay. My next questions, what if I'm going to sell this asset? Okay. So, for example, I'm going to sell the headset 2025, the 2025 headset model um, in September 30. Okay, so this is the entry here for that cash. Okay, 2025 headset. Okay, and then accumulated depreciation. Okay, I'm going to copy paste it, put it here. Oops. So we will put debit, credit. So um, I sold the 2025 headset for 19.5. Okay, it will increase our cash. Okay, and then the headset value was 24.38. Okay, it will be credit to cancel or to zero out this in the balance sheet. You can see you have to minus 24.38 in balance sheet, okay, to zero out this headset, okay, asset. And then the accumulated depreciation is 4.88. Okay, let's check if we have balance here. I'm going to use this. Okay, we are balanced. Okay, I'm going to input now here in journal entry. Okay, I'm going to use cash or the checking account, headset, and the accumulated depreciation. 19.5, 24.38, and then 4.88. So now we are balanced now, and then I'm going to save. Okay, let's check what happened in the balance sheet. Refresh. So now we have a 0 2025 headset, and then our accumulated depreciation is 313.20. Okay, so in this case, we sold the headset based on the net value. What if I'm going to sell this this office desk? Um, I'm going to sell this office desk lower than net value. Okay, I'm going to copy paste it, and then I'll change office desk set. Okay, cash. Let's say I'm sold it for 450. Okay, so lesser than 552.80. And then I'll put the original cost here to 0 out the office desk set in balance sheet. And then accumulated depreciation is 113.2. Okay, so let's check if it's balanced. Uh, As you can see, it is not balanced because um, we did not sell the office desk in the net value. Okay, I will add another account to balance this. We call this the gain and or loss on sale of asset. Okay, so we have um, 666 minus the sum of these two. Okay, now we are balanced now. Yeah. Okay. So I have to add another account in chart of accounts. Sorry, I can add it directly using journal entry. I'll show how to do that. Journal entry. Okay. Checking. Okay. Um 450 office desk set 666 credit. Okay, accumulated depreciation 113. Okay, gain or loss on sale. So this one I'm going to create account. This is a um, income account. I'm going to other income and then other miscellaneous income. The business of um, this example is a I think a service or landscaping services. I'm use the other income because this is not the normal revenue or income of the business. Okay, I'm going to save description. Okay, I'll save this the 102. Same here. So I'm going to save. Okay, I'm going to check the balance sheet. So now it has been zero out. Office desk set. Okay, office desk set. Okay, and next is the third one. Okay, I'm going to copy paste it. In this case, for the air conditioner, I will sell it above of the net value. Instead of 1,000, I did sell this use in 1,050 US dollars. So air conditioner, the total amount original cost is 1,200, and then the accumulated depreciation is 200, and then for the gain or loss, let's check. Okay, so as you can see, instead of debit like in the previous one, it will be credit. So meaning it will add revenue because we have additional 50. Um, okay, let's journal it. Okay, I'm going to um, copy. Okay, copy another journal. Okay, I'm going to edit the checking, the this one, 1,200. Okay, accumulated depreciation, 200. Okay, gain or loss. Okay, I'm going to use 50. I'm going to delete it. So we are balanced now, and I'm going to save. Okay, let's check what happened on the balance sheet. Hmm? Sorry, I think going to check this. Okay, 666, correct. What happened on journal entry number 5? Okay, office desk. Sorry, the right. Okay, I should save it to office air conditioner, not to office desk set 5. So let's check what happened in the balance sheet. Okay, I'll refresh it. So now it's already zero. Okay, everything has been added or entered. Okay, let's check the profit and loss. Okay, profit and loss. Okay, for the profit and loss, I'm going to change this as year 09/30/2026. Okay. So we have a depreciation expense. Okay, we have a depreciation expense here, 318.08. This was entered year 2026, September 30. As you can see, we can click it. Okay, September 30, 2026, we have depreciation expense of 318.08. Okay, and then let's take a look at the sales. Oops. Okay, so let's see about the gain or loss on sale asset. Okay, we have a 52.80 here, negative point 52.8. All right, we have a negative 102.8. Okay, this one, and then for 50, we have this one positive. Okay, so I think that's all. I hope that you have learned something here or have added to your knowledge. So that's for now. Thank you for watching. See you next time.